Good Tuesday morning, CNG 132 online. Welcome, welcome to week 8. Probably one of the most interesting weeks, in my opinion. You've probably been hearing me saying in the videos, hyping it up. I really like wireless because it shows you just how unsecure most items are. So, topic for this week: wireless networks. We go looking at evaluating not just Wi-Fi but Bluetooth, 4 LTE. I was going to say 4G, 5G, 3G even in some cases. And then there's also wireless that are like near-field communications. So there's a lot of wireless devices. IoT is on the forefront also, where tiny sensors like your air pressure gauge in your tires that report back to your car. Those aren't really connected by wires. They're just kind of like broadcasting signals. But they are a weak point in your car. And as we saw in one video, there was a Jeep. See if I can find it here. Jeep. So maybe this is it. Jeep hijacking lawsuits goes into career after trial. There was a Jeep that was hacked, and how the drivers got in. There's many. So. And how the hackers get in is through a weakness in the network of that vehicle. Basically get in, and it looks like they shut down this one as it was going down the highway. I heard another story that somebody was actually driving a Jeep. But yeah, look at just do a quick Google search and just see how much, how vast the variety of hacks are. There is a Stingray hacking. There's a device out there called the Stingray. Basically, it acts as a cell phone tower that it mimics a cell phone tower in the attempt to get your phone to connect to it, and therefore all your data is being pushed through that device itself. Law enforcement is designed to use be a law enforcement tool, but of course, if it's sold anywhere, anyone can buy it. Just a very, very vast and wide thing. Now, to go into a little bit more wireless for you guys, Android. There we go. Look at the Android App Store and look for a Wi-Fi analyzer. Search Wi-Fi. Oops. There we go. Bring up a Wi-Fi analyzer. This one by Zoltan is a great one to use. I'm somewhat familiar with it. On my personal phone, I guess I took it off, but I do have I have a network analyzer. Similar, but still kind of different. I don't know what I do with my Wi-Fi analyzer. But still, pick this app up, turn it on, play with it, get familiar with it, and then start to look at the data that it provides for you. Around your house, you're going to see some wireless networks aren't secure. We walked around campus, yesterday morning, and just kind of looked at the wireless networks around us and saw that we saw at least 2 that were WEP secured. One that was completely open. You can just hop on it. And people are unaware of it. I think one SSID was the name of the person who own the house, that's you're broadcasting a lot of that information out there for free, letting attackers know where you are. And then let's see for I won't be able to show you the iTunes store if you have an Apple, but definitely search for a Wi-Fi analyzer. Most of them will actually let you log on, and I should say most of them will actually let you look at the networks that are around you and pull some information like what kind of security are they using. There is a small tool that is about USB size here on campus that is a hotspot analyzer, and basically gives you 3 bars like your phone or 4 bars like your phone, and you walk around and you see it analyzes the security of the passphrase, and basically just tells you how close you are to it. Once again, gone are the days where we are suspicious of people walking around with a mobile device in their hand, just walking around the building, because we assume that people are playing games at this point, or maybe texting. But really, the actuality, they could be launching an attack to that company. It's a very, we've kind of brushed off some behavior based on culture, and that has, that's just acceptance of new games that are coming out, people texting all the time. You'd probably be more suspicious if you saw a person walking around with their laptop around a building, but still that'd be kind of like pretty out of place at this point too. So let's see, this week I believe we have another test. Yep, we have another test. I'll get that made today for this weekend. Make sure you're studying. Definitely take a look at those wireless networks. There was also a website that I was pointed out. Yep, Wiggle. Is it Wiggle? Check out this website, wiggle.net. Shows all the networks around our area. And of course, if I do block 46167. So if I do this campus address, click on it, we can see all the addresses around us, or I should say around me. This is at the corner of, so this is at Front Range. I'm kind of, here we are. I should be right here. And we see that there's hotspots. Not even, so there's CCNet, that's a Front Range one, ProdNet, Gunsure, I don't know who that is, CenturyLink, Xfinity, Netgear, Linksys, Home2C72. So as we see, some of these are still just their default names, and this can pose a problem. When I was consulting in the field, I can jump into any router that was Comcast, CenturyLink, Skybeam, any place that was InfoCons. I knew the default admin user and the password to go along with it, so I could troubleshoot the networks really quick and get inside of them and kind of fix them. But of course, if somebody else had the same knowledge that I had at the time, they could do the opposite and work against it. I'm sure if we did a quick Google search, like what is the default admin of Comcast router, we probably could find that answer. What is the default? We'll see if there's one for Xfinity because it's actually the newer one. I guess it doesn't say. But I thought Comcast was admin. They did have a business class router 2. That was, yeah, so here we go. Admin password. That's just to help you get in. And we just searched this on the internet. Chances are there's still some of these Comcast routers out there. They're basically just like a blue box that sits in a wire closet. But yeah, check this out, wiglet.net. Look around you. Maybe this is some old information, but kind of look at it and this information is out there already, built that hackers can start to use against networks. All right, so this week that's about the end of the video. I will start grading this week, catching up. I should have all your grades in for this week. If you're, let's see, Larimer campus, your spring break will be next week. If you're Boulder and Westminster, your break will be the week after next week. So this next kind of 2 weeks goes a little bit different than we've been doing. This week we'll finish up regular. Week 9 will basically be 2 weeks long, and then week 10 will also be, no, week 9 will be 2 weeks long, right? I think so. I think that's how it is. Or yeah, I think that's pretty much how it is. So look at the schedule again if you need some clarification. I do have that in there in the syllabus. But week 9 should take 2 weeks, just because Larimer will be on break next week, and then Westminster and Boulder will start week 9, do some posts, turn in some homework, and then Larimer will come back. Westminster and Boulder will go on vacation, and Larimer will respond to week 9 stuff, do their posts, do their submissions. Week 9 we pick up essays again. We have a little break from essays, then we dive back into essays. And then when we go back to week 10, we should be back to normal, approaching the end of the semester. Once again, if you have any feedback that I gave you, any scores that are not 100, I usually ask you to resubmit those. But if I didn't put it in your feedback, feel free to resubmit any sort of paper or project, and I'll go ahead and regrade that and assign you the points or reward you the points that were missed. Have a good week.